Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you the Champs News live at 3. Start of a new week. We got Blitz going on. There's a Hall of Fame Austin event, and Backstage passes up. So there's a lot to talk about today. This is the offer that's been here all month, so we don't really need to talk about that. The cash loots are new in the store today. So if you're going for Hall of Fame Austin, some of these might be of interest to you. They give you the prize wall coin bags, which I'm not really a huge fan of. If you're maxing the MLC, and this month a lot of people seem to be, these are not the best probably thing you could get. But as far as extras or bonus stuff, this is the normal pricing for cash, 99 bucks for like 12,000. You get 10 million bonus coin and 500 TP, and then these extra prize wall coin bags, which your mileage is going to vary pretty greatly on that, depending where you finish the MLC. So it's okay. The coin is certainly nice. You can double dip with the portal event. Not in my price bracket. So let's check the mini one out. 3,000 coins, $5. I mean, maybe if you need it to hit another milestone and get like 2 million coin in the spend event or something. Epic cash combo. That also, I'm not that big of a fan of. There's no coin in that one at all. So, I mean, it is what it is. If you really need to buy cash, I guess. But I don't think the value's that great on any of those. It's the best value on the most expensive one, but that's out of most people's price range, including mine. So those are really the only new things there, other than the Backstage Pass, which you can't see because I did snag it. It's $9.99. Gets you 5 Aleister Black shards, 100 Drew shards, some tokens. I want to say like 300 TP, 2,000 Blitz tickets, a little bit of MLC points. You can see it in the store. I did snag that. I don't need it to max the MLC. I am kind of a little bit ahead of pace still on Lashley shards, and I would like to get him at the 5-star recruit point because he's gem damage based on the moveset I like. And that will save me a bunch of star fills. So I got the Backstage Pass again this week. We'll take a look at that in the game when we get there. Don't forget today to do your, not the flash market, here we go. Your webcoin daily reroll. See if we get anything exciting today. One of these days a card's going to pop up or something. Nothing I need there. So the portal event is on. You have 2 days. So I did get the Backstage Pass today, claimed it, $9.99, got an extra 2 million coins, 5 Lashley shards. Nothing else today is appealing to me. So because it's got almost 2 days on it, I'll wait and see tomorrow's offers, see if there's anything I like. If there's not, I'll probably spend $5 on rubies, just to get to the 2 million mark for $5, 2 million strap and 5 Lashley shards, and then have those rubies saved for the next, Ruby event that I want to do. Since I got Rhea, it won't be hers. It'll be whichever one is after that, most likely. So let's go over to the game and see what's happening there, which there is quite a bit this week. We got Blitz live. So let's take a look at the Blitz this week. It's not super hard to fill out, assuming you have Daniel Bryan and Seth on Hell mode. But I think a lot of people don't have those, so Hell mode is probably not open for a lot of people. You need 6 of the 7. I can fill mine because I have these two. I don't have Aleister Black. So you need any combination, 2 out of these 3. So a decent amount of people have Bryan. I think more people have Seth now, but I don't think everyone can fill it. If you can fill the line, and you have max Blitz perks, and you have Daniel Bryan, you can load his finisher right away if you use double red MP trainers. And so it's a great line to fill, and you can just hit his finisher for the win. It makes Blitz really fast. As far as Hell mode goes, I don't have a problem with this one. Hell mode is generally meant to be a little more restrictive. Let's check out hard. You need 5 is all for hard. So hard is wide open, so again, no complaints with this one. You can still do the same thing with Daniel Bryan on the bottom one with +1 move charge. Throw in if you have a 9k Batista, and he also is your good bonus points there. At least you also have the option of bonus points with Trickster Cena, who was free and given out free. So again, definitely no issues with hard either. Only needing 5 and it being extremely wide open. So I think this is a good blitz. It's a good one to score a bunch. So no issues with the blitz. Looking pretty good. Our faction maxed really quickly. It's one of the easier blitzes as far as time wise that I've done in a while. It didn't take much time, so happy about that. So the Austin Cash event, Cash in Undisputed contest here. This is another one. I actually have Hall of Fame Austin. I don't have a lot of Hall of Famers, but I do have him. He's okay. He's not like gonna change your roster. He's not game breaking or anything like that. However, there are some things of note in here, and that would be in this one you get Hall of Fame tokens in the milestones. 3 stars, most people probably aren't too short on those. 4 stars, I'm actually just ran out of. I'll run out of when I take Ted to 4-star gold because I'm trying to get some of my Hall of Famers to the 12K training ability. So it's worth noting, you know, if you spend, what is it, 2,400 cash, you can snag yourself a couple there. Some Austin shards, but just keep in mind he's not a game changer. So if you want a few 4 stars, maybe spending 2,000 cash is potentially worth it. Beyond that, you do get your first 5-star, but this would be what would be in the mega pull equivalent, 11K cash. If you've done some Tapjoys and you want some 5-star and 4-star Hall of Fame tokens, this may not actually be the worst. Plus, you know, maybe you'll get lucky on the pull you do. We'll talk about what cash pulls are there, and maybe a few other things that I like using my cash on during these events. After that, it gets a lot more expensive. No Hall of Fame tokens there. There's the bag for a shot, but that's essentially 2 megas worth, so that's essentially 200 bucks. Then you go up to here for 2 more 5 stars, so it gets really expensive. And you guys know how I feel about Hall of Fame cards. They're good. They are not account changing. They're better trainers in most cases. So this is very expensive. So this is one that I'm going to take a pass on. But, you know, if you really want Hall of Fame tokens and you got Tapjoy cash, you can see you get 10 5-stars here at the end. You get a lot of Hall of Fame Austin shards, a lot of Lashley shards, your tokens. I could see why people would do it, even if it's not for me. And even if I'm not really interested in leveling my Hall of Famers to 5-star gold, you might be. In those cases, it might be worth it. One more look at this. There's a 1,000,000 coin in the first milestone, so really I think everyone should do this. If you have cash laying around, 580 cash, pick up the 1,000,000 coin. So I think that's worth a shout out. Use your cash on whatever, if you want to do a few pulls or something. So let's go to the store and take a look real quick. So what do we got? I don't think these are necessarily anything earth-shattering. The $100 on the portal's better. One-time offer, 2 pulls, 500,000. It's okay. You know, here's the cash packs, very similar to what. So the cash, this is probably better than the portal, although you can't double dip. So factor that in. But you can use Amazon coins here, and I've talked about that, how you're saving money there, and you get MLC points. This isn't too bad if you want some cash with the coin, I guess. I don't like paying very much at all for cash, so there's 5 million for 50, and then, you know, this is the 100 Alistair Black shards if you want to go that route instead. They're okay if you want cash. I don't, so I won't be getting those. Step Up Pass, I can't imagine there's a ton of people that need these this month, but this one does have the best value for the MLC points if that's what you're going for. Pretty much talk about that every week. Key pulls, I never have purchased these. I don't ever see myself purchasing these. Maybe if they were on the portal and I needed it for a milestone and there was coin, maybe I'd consider it, but I've never purchased a key pack. I can't see a scenario where I would. But if you want to, of course, that's up to you. Yeah, I don't see it personally. Don't forget to do your free daily Drew claim. I did purchase the Backstage pass myself, so I can show you guys what opened up there. So Backstage Pass unlocks 50 black shards for 20 bucks. Really, as far as shards go, it's not terrible pricing with the coin and stuff. I have no idea where I'm going to be at the end of the month. I typically don't buy shards without knowing where I'm going to be at, so I can't see myself buying that. Same thing with Lashley. If I knew at the end of the month I'd be 100 shards from his fuse, I might be inclined to do this if this was here next week at the end. And I got 3 million coin and 100 shards, and that got me his fuse up, and that was the only thing standing in my way. But without knowing, that's a pass for me too. I would only get that if it made the difference between the fuse or not. No other reason I would snag that one. I did buy the Backstage Pass, like I said. We'll open my bags on stream so you guys can see what I got out of the 7 bags. Last week it was like 2.25 million and like 96 Lashley shards. And like 20, I want to say 24,000-ish MLC points. So let's see what we get this week. Then we'll take a look at the tours that are live, and we will, the new tour that's live, and we will wrap it up with looking at the loots, the cash loots that are there, and the week 3 loot. Okay, so I have the single bag you get when you buy the Backstage Pass that you collect, and then the 7 that I just got. So we're going to open them in one go and see what we get. Big money, no whammy. Lots of Lashley shards. That's all I care about right now. So 70's not bad. 2.75 million coin, again, not bad. 30,000 MLC points. That's going to put me, I think, only 50k away from maxing, so a ridiculous amount of those. 500 TP. Like, if I knew I was going to get this every time, I have no issue. I think that's worth 10 bucks. To me, this is worth 10 bucks, right? So I don't mind this at all, personally. I cannot speak if that's worth it to you or not, but I feel like I get my value out of these. So, okay. So now, let us take a look at the tour, which this week's tour is actually pretty friendly. Even though one of the requirements is Zombie Black, who's rare, the other requirement is Zombie Drew. Mine is just 4-star silver fresh. I haven't leveled him up at all. You can see I got through it 3-star, 1-star, 1-star. I used one prop the entire way. I used the prop on JBL. I used the blue Shango down, and I was able to complete the whole tour. My Drew is also not strapped. I haven't put a strap on him yet. So this is the setup that I used. I know it seems kind of weird because normally I would go all in on the power gem set and use that, but his monthly bonus buffs his black gems a lot. And I also have edge for the base black gem damage before, you know, with that buff too. I have Bree, a little bit more there, and then King Nakamura here. You can also run Dude Love if you have him, or Volkov. Any of them work. Depending on your level of Drew, though, you might check. Nakamura is slightly better than Dude Love for me right now. We just checked on stream a little bit ago. I was using Dude Love. Smart people in the chat are like, hey, try Nakamura. And he was like 600 more damage per black gem. McIntyre, pretty good. Not strapped with the monthly bonus, able to get the Hell Mode tour done, so no issues there. The other nice thing about this set is on normal and hard, you'll plow through it super fast, just choosing the area of blacks and making a cluster of blacks. So works pretty well. If you don't want to run that, you know, then go back to the other one right here. You can use 9K Taker, you can use Triple H Authority there. You could put Titus in to spam black gems to get to the finisher. Recycle super well. I enjoy this moveset a lot too. They're both really solid, so that should take care of the tours. And let's check out the loot today. So the week 3 loot, 4.81% on the featured. That is actually pretty high for featured. We got Zombie Cena in here who is given away, but it is a 5-star silver. Deadman, Edge, Rhea, Zombie Brian. Looks really good up until you start hitting AJ and Balor. Asuka's not super rare, but you know, it could be worse. and then it gets a little bit more gross in here. But overall, Sacco's in there, some Hall of Famers in there, Roman's in there. Shards aren't terrible. And it, like I said, it's almost a 5% featured. So really, this one isn't terrible on the featured level. There are shards, of course, and there are some commons, but I've seen a lot worse. That's a pretty high featured loot. Again, I don't absolutely love it. Hall of Fame cards in this one at 11%, but there's also plenty of garbage cards in here too. They're not weighted the same, so don't think your odds of pulling Priest are the same as pulling Zombie Nakamura or Zombie AJ, because they're not. Decent shards in here for Taker again and stuff, so if you're close to one of these guys, maybe this is the week you try. I think I'm going to say, you see I have 10 pulls there. I'm going to save them for week 4 personally, and see if week 4 is better. Although this one is better than, I think, week 1. And there's edge shards in there too. Commons, though, I'm not a fan of. They're pretty gross, and commons are usually what you get. No shards that I want. No rare cards, really, in the commons. So for me, I'd say wait for week 4. I think last week's was probably better. Week's 1 was worse. But we'll see. Now the 2 cash loots running. Naomi, I looked at both of these a little bit earlier. Really low featured percentage, a lot of tiers. There's Jey Uso in the featured, so he's easy to come by, right? He was a free one. Let's see if there's what else there is. The rest of it is not too bad so far. And then only 3 shards. No issue with Naomi or Mickey shards in there. They're a little bit low for featured. And Becky shards, she's not super rare anymore. And without her gear, I'd stay away, personally. And it's pretty low percentage. Mega rare is really low too. A couple of fairly common ones there. But not too many in here, really. So if you hit this one, you're probably getting someone decent, most likely, or some useful shards. Eddie is decent, but not rare. And that's just a pretty much throwaway card at this point in the game. You don't really need him for anything. Unless subs somehow come back into relevancy. So what else we got? Super rares. Meh. There's shards again, not a huge high quantity, but if you're like really close to Mickey or Naomi, this one's okay. Let's go down to the commons and see what we got. So 5 to 20 is pretty low, 5 to 10 is pretty low on these, and the rest of the commons are garbage, and there's a bunch of them. So this is not the one I would, although you do get 63 pulls, probably not the one I would try to chase Naomi down on unless I was within like 50 shards or less. Zombie Brian loot is really interesting if you don't have Zombie Brian. This one, we had one like this for Roman, where almost all of the featured are Zombie Brian. 2.59%. You're getting 26 pulls for 10k cash, so not amazing. The other one was 61 pulls, which is a lot for your 12k cash. But if you specifically want Zombie Brian, this would be your best chance because the posters in here, and yes, I said posters this time, are all Zombie Brian. Shards aren't the worst, you know. I mean, there's of course Cena, but he's actually decent and worth building, so it's not the end of the world. But if you specifically want Zombie Brian, this would be your best chance. Not the highest percentage, but it's not terrible either. So I think for someone going specifically for Zombie Brian, this one is pretty good. Super rare, meh, you know, it is what it is. If you're close on shards, you know, there you go. This is just shards, so again, if you're close on shards, but it's only 5 to 10. And then commons is just pretty much Seth shards or prize wall coin. So it's okay. I don't love it unless you're specifically trying to get Zombie Brian. And then it's okay. So you're gonna probably be a better chance because most of the time your odds of hitting the specific featured you're looking for are next to impossible. So I think that pretty much covers the loot. I have one briefcase pull to do. Why not? Yeah, 200 Godfather shards. Those will actually come in useful. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Also, guys, if there is any content you would like to see me make, feel free to leave a comment on what kind of videos you'd like to see me make. No guarantee I will make it, but I always like hearing what you guys have to say, and it helps me out as far as knowing what kind of content you guys want to see. Because it doesn't do me a lot of good to make a video that none of the people that watch me want to see. So let me know what you think in the comments, and remember to like, subscribe, and share, as that really helps me out. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and good luck out there.